Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. You do that. He's running between the two venues.
Gonna show him in tech.
Yeah. So yeah, she's like I mean she's not here. So I don't know. What do you think? Like maybe an hour's time or something like that?
Yeah.
No problem. We just need to set up a mic so that we can get a line in. And, you know, just get it out to speakers.
Yeah.
Pretty basic.
So, do I have the mark there? It's gonna.
It's front. Oh, those are front.
So that's near. For.
Okay, so it's like this. That those are the front ones and these are the back ones.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Oh, very good.
Cool. Cool. Thanks.
Se on varmaan sekin, jos ei se on niin mitään sisäänkirjoitusvaihtoehtoja.
I was wondering, would it be useful to would it be useful to you to take some of the data from the main movement, the choreographic movement, rather than can you take both data, or would that be really difficult?
What kind of data is it?
It's OSC data over a network.
So is it like numeric data?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to see what it looks like?
Well, I'll be right over there. Just check.
The issue we have to solve somehow is that now we are just connected with Ilkka on this ad hoc cable.
Yeah.
We don't want to use the wireless because it introduces lag.
Yeah.
So we want to be on wires,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't have a hub.
Well, I have a hub, and we can put several Ethernet cables into the hub if you want.
Well, that solves it. And there's no problem.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there is a lag on the wireless. I know that. But what I guess the other thing to consider then is, can your audio setup handle more than two different streams of OSC messages?
Yeah, OSC is no problem. It's actually the mapping part which is the thing that we have to work.
It's like X and Y coordinates, right?
Yeah, X and Y coordinate. Yeah. So
it's not
between 1 and 0, between 0 and 1. So like left side is 0, right side is 1, and it's decimal points, incremental between 1 and 0, and then also on the y-axis.
Is the sub is probably not connected there.
Oh damn, he's gone. I meant to ask him that.
Where is it?
It's just after going back to.
Well, no worries.
No, okay. Let's see.
You can send the data to me as well.
Mutta sanotaan iPhone and iPod works perfect.
You can send the data to me as well, so I can do something with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
If we get it all connected.
Yeah.
Varmaan pitäisi taas vaihtaa IP-osoitteita.
Niin, siinä käy joo. Ei toi nyt niin kauheasti innosta, mutta kun se nyt on täältä, niin katsotaan, pystytäänkö me sillä dataa hirveästi tekemään mitään.
Niin.
Se pitäisi mäpätä sit kokonaan uudestaan johonkin toimintoon.
Ei. Mä ajattelin, että mä voisin ottaa sen ja pistää sen vaan näkymään.
Niin, mä oon se olisi ehkä viisainta.
iPhone ja iPad configuration.
Voi vähän katsoa, että minkälaista se data on, mitä sieltä tulee. Jos
niin.
Se vaikuttaa, että se on aika bugista, kun ei näy tossa, että mitä se data on niin tuossa visualisoinnissa.
Joo, ja minkälaista numeroa se on, kuin tiheitä ja mistä se tulee, mistä lähteestä. Onko se niinku käsiä?
Se on se blobin keskikohta varmaan. Se on vaan siis X ja Y-koordinaatti.
Niin, se on vaan niinku se, että missä kohtaa.
Se ei ole koordinaatti, sillä se on 0 ja 1 välillä.
Okei.
Niinku floatti.
Niin, eli se pitää vaan sit skaalata niinku. Siinä on ylös- ja alassuunta ja sivulla. Siinä on niinku normaali X, sit tulee kahta arvoa. Se pitäisi purkaa sit kuitenkin ja koittaa mäpätä esimerkiksi tuohon meidän gridiin jotenkin fiksuksi.
Mä voin kyllä tehdä sen.
No jos sä jo viittit, niin tee se, niin sitten me saatais se tohon gridiin, me voitais periaatteessa ehkä kokeilla jopa soittaa sillä tai jotain, mutta
katsotaan kuinka eheetä se on.
Niin ylipäätään.
Jos se on kauhean niinku kökistä, niin
kun se vähän näyttää siltä.
Kun se näyttää siltä, niin täytyy ehkä vähän vilasta sitä ensin.
Joo. Näin mä teen.
Mä tein tämmösen hienoa, että tällä voit tehdä tämmösiä lärejuttuja. Aamulla tossa kuulen väriässä kehi.
Väriä ei tää vaan väriä sisi.
Värissisi.
Tuossa on tästä työdynamiikasta tavallaan niinku se ominaispiirre. Siinä on niinku siis samanlaista kuin tuolla aamussa. On paljon tyyppejä, jotka istuu omalla koneella ja sit se on kauhean naputus ja siitä vähän aikaa tapahtuu ja sitten alkaa sää.
Se on varmaan se isoin niinku törmäys on aina se niinku näiden kahden niinku tavallaan työmetodin tai työtavan ero. Tän niinku ruumiillisen työn ja sitten niinku design-työn.
Sepä se, kun se on niinku kommunikatiivinen prosessi, se niinku esityskonteksti. Tässä on niinku paljon ihmisiä tekee omaa.
Etsitään, niin se on hankala pommi. Sitten jos niinku tavallaan, että tämmöistä irtokäs yritetään niin ratkaista, että miten me tehdään semmoinen väline, missä me ei tarvitse tehdä koodausta, että päästään tavallaan kaikkiin parametreihin aika helposti. Siellä on tavallaan niin semmoinen setti työkaluja, mikä voidaan selittää, että nämä on ne rajat, tässä toimitaan ja yritetään pärjätään täällä piste, eikä ruveta koodaamaan. Silloin siinä pääsee paljon enemmän niin kuin siihen, että toki sekin vie vähän aikaa niin jotain muuta, mutta se ei ole niin semmoista fundamentaalista niin kuin nollasta luomista, niin kuin esimerkiksi sitä mocap-jutusta. Se tavallaan muuttuu hyvin raskaaksi, että meillä ei ole mitään. Ne ruvetaan taas tekemään.
Ja vaikka jotkut tekee muualla jotain ja toiset muualla jotain, se on silti sellaista niinku...
Niin ja sit siinä ei tule sitä kohtaamista. Ja tavallaan koska kuitenkin tää näyttämöharjoitus on se kohtaamisen paikka, missä tavallaan pitäisi olla niinku... Että tanssijoilla on jo niinku tavallaan jotain kuitenkin, vaikka niille ei jos miettinyt sitä, niin niillä on se oma... Niillä on se työväline jo. Niin sit jos sä rupeat tekemään sitä omaa työvälinettä, että rupeanpa harjoittelemaan niinku liikuttamaan ruumista, niin sit se tavallaan se tasoero vaan niiden työvälineiden välillä on niin älyttömän iso, että sit se törmää.
Mulla on tässä Danielisen koska sehän pystyi siihen, koska se on niin tuttu se koko systeemi.
Näin, mutta vaatii sitten semmoista niinku neroutta, tai siis semmoista niinku älytöntä, että tavallaan jos työkalu olisi kehitetty niinku, mä uskoisin, että tommosen työkalun pystyy kehittämään niin että siihen ei tarvii niin älytöntä osaamista. Että sun tarvii tuntea niinku koodia, että sä pystyt koodaamaan käytännössä niinku lennosta. Se vaatii jotenkin älyttömän ison niinku osaamisen. Että jos sen saisi vähän lähemmäs, niin se niinku tavallaan avaisi sitä vähän isommalle. Sitä oikeesti pystyttäisiin käyttämään. Ja sit se myös jeesaa sitä niinku etsimistä. Jos sä osait artikuloida sen, että mitkä ne rajat on, tällä voi tehdä näin. Ja selkeästi sanomaan, että tällä ei voi nyt tehdä muuta. Semmoinen on niinku hirveän tärkeä. Kyllä ihmiset hyväksyy sen. Tää on sit tämmönen. Eikä sit niinku lähde siihen tavallaan, että no mitä jos tää olisi tämmönen. Niinku, sit se voi kirjoittaa ylös ja palata siihen. Se ei oo sen tilan, tavallaan se harjoitustilanteen. Se rikkoo sen, jos pelaa rytmiä.
Onko siinä ääneen valot?
Ei ne valotkaan lähde tuolta edestään liikkumaan, jos ei ne ole liikkumaan.
Mikä se on asia tässä? Onko se joku äärääminen?
Mikähän tossa on noihin takakaiuttimiin, ei meni mitään. Tää oli joku onkohan nää takakaiuttimet vai enemmän, kun toi on joku sub-out.
Nää on sun Inessiivi.
Nää mä oon testannut, että siis kaikista näistä tulee tähän vaihtaa nämä plugit, niin tuolta motosta tulee.
Nää on niinku sub-outit.
Näistä kanavista,
kokeilin, että
näistä kanavista ei niinku mene mihinkään. Jos mulla on kanavat auki täällä. Ja sitten olisiko nää sit niin, että ne ei pidä mennä main mixiin, vaan ne pitää mennä tonne subiin. Ei.
Täällä on siis sub-output on niinku kytketty ja sitten on mix output. Pitäisikö sulla tulla jotain sieltä kamaa?
Tää on etupää. Tää tulee ihan normaalisti.
No nää.
Joo, mutta takapäästä ei tule mitään.
Onko se varma, että sulla on tuolla ihan...
No kato, jos tästä vaihtaa, niin painapa sit toi sininen tonne, niin
Ei sieltäkään tuu mitään.
ei mulla nyt ainakaan.
Niin, että sinne tulee tonne, mutta tänne ei.
Mutta sieltä ei mene niinku eteenpäin jostain.
Voiko se laittaa sen, niin pystyykö sen sieltä reitittämään suoraan siihen samaan?
No tosta menee niinku subiin.
Jos laitat sinne, niin se kuuluu.
Miksi? Menee miksi? Niinku täällä oli mute päällä.
Onko nää nyt niinku eri kuitenkin? Meneekö ne eri
ei, ne
paikkaan?
menee sama, kun ne pitäis mennä, mun mielestä ne pitäis mennä tohon subiin. Näin. No nyt.
Noniin.
Siellä oli pantu mute päällä.
Mute-kutettaja. Niin tässä ei niinku oo subbari. Toi on vaan submix eikä subbari.
Tässä pitäisi palvelijaportti. Näkeekö sen täältä? Ei.
Sanoin just, että if your error identity provider uses a different setup for authentication, this will require manual changes to the iPhone network settings.
Mulla ei kyllä palvelinta ja porttia täällä.
Annatte sähköpostin tänne paikalliselle providerille.
There's some like more tender cables and stuff in the storeroom, so.
Elikkä joo.
Katsotaan mitä alkaa tulla. Korvataan tavallaan toi kaapeli vaan mobilla. Pitää vaan katsoa IP-osoitteet. Mitkä ne on ja asettaa ne ja...
Onko se niin, että se jakaa sen huvin?
Niin siis kattoo sitten mitkä siellä on. Niin.
Se on paha etsiä tämmöisiä netistä tämmöisiä ohjeita, jos on tulosta. Se on netistä ohjeet kuitenkin kytkenyt näitä molemmat.
Kaikki vaan tarvitaan tämmöset hemmetin pitkät kaapelit ylhäällä. Tai katsoa, että onko siellä pitkiä kaapeleita.
Tästä tulee enemmän tämmönen niinku kytkentäsessio sen sijaan, että tästä tulisi joku.
Niin.
Ei sen periaatteessa niinku, mä luulen, että se voi aiheuttaa niille enemmän ongelmia, kun me kytkeytään siihen, että sillä voi tulla vähän pissua, koska se vaikuttaa, että sen koodi ei ole mitenkään.
Okay.
They're all 10 meters.
And then we need a third one for you.
Yeah, you got it all.
Yeah.
And the hub is, where do we connect?
So yeah, let's think about it. What is the best place to put the hub?
Well, it might be nicer if it's closer, but
Closest between. Yeah, we'll put it here. It makes more sense. And we'll just run
War
over.
games.
I'll put it here somewhere.
yeah, that's good. It's easier.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you, Matias.
Mafia.
Häkättiin edurooli tuohon
Häkätön.
iPadiin.
Häkätys
Vähän pistettiin koodia sisään, tiiäksä.
Häkätykset päälle.
He's inside the TCA system.
Näkee vaan Matrix-koodia.
Matrix-koodia ja 3.
Niin. Ei ole näkyy.
Kato.
Ylläriä pukkaa.
Beautiful. Vitsi kun tän olisi pitänyt Aussassakin elämä silloin ei sitä ennen vanhaa Wifeissä pyöritty. Sitä soitettiin kotipuhelimella, jos oli aikaa.
Niin, soitettiin naapurin ovikelloon.
Niin.
Pitäisikö tän toimia, jos me laitan tän nyt vaan päälle, niin sinne sulle? Ehkä.
Mulla on connection, mulla ei vaan oikein failit täällä.
Ei se mitään. Ei tarvitse tehdä mitään. Säädetään kohta.
Mä vaan testaan, niin kato, mä sain tän 4-kanavan tästä
Joo.
pyöriin.
It's good.
Ne on varmaan tulossa noin jo.
Niin se jengi.
Niin.
I think the students are coming like now.
Are they?
Yeah,
I think so. It's 20.
Yes.
Okay, morning Matthew.
Well, then we'll do that
I
later.
bring my entourage with me.
Do that later. So.
Yep. Kokeillaanko sitä?
Joo, mä vaihdan toisen sileitä. Niin.
I'm going to call on you, Riku.
Sure.
I'm going to ask you to say a few words before when they join, if you don't mind. How is everybody?
Hey, how's it going? We were going to ask.
Guys, come on in. Sit down on the floor, relax. There's some more chairs
Niin.
around somewhere.
But we could do it after. Because we're going to do it on there. Sorry.
So yeah, relax, sit on each other's laps. Okay, as I mentioned to you upstairs, these are researchers from Tampere, University of Tampere in Finland, who have a research project called Vimma that Riku will tell you about a little more detail than I'm able to. And they're here for a research picnic this week.
Mulla taitaa olla tässä eri
I'm not sure what a research picnic is, but it is when people come together and have a chance to work on that. We've got some local artist dancers that are here. Cindy and Regan.
Katsoitko sä sit samalla sen sun
Cindy is a star. A star in her own right, you know, people that we thought about, Todd Mackover and whatever. She's an art technologist extraordinaire dancer who's here, and so it's really a really great kind of meeting of philosophical minds such as Riku and I, who just entertain people with bizarre questions. And then some artists who are doing a lot of very
Se on pysynyt ihan samana.
research on that.
Mun on eri.
Again,
Varmaan.
I'll let them explain a little bit more
169.
detail. Riku, if you'd say something, and Neil, I might ask you to say a word as well.
Yeah.
Neil is getting his PhD here and through ATRL and Trinity College.
169.
So, Riku.
Thank you, Matthew.
254.
Yeah.
Welcome.
173.
Se on muuttunut.
My name is Riku Raikkonen. I'm senior lecturer in theatre and drama research and media culture at University of Tampere, and also the principal
Tuli
investigator.
jossain muualla se kanssa.
Joo, se on tässä muutamassa kohtaa.
In the Vimma project. And the Vimma project is about setting up a systematic working culture within arts and technology contexts. And because we have a lot of expertise with artists and with the technology people, but that expertise only comes sort of together in separate projects, separate arts projects, for example, like the ones that we're presenting here. So we're trying to set up a network and a working culture where artists know technology people and technology people know artists, and we have a sort of network of expertise to work with. And European-wide network. That's what we're trying to build. Or in fact, global. We have a lot of Australian partners working with us also, and partners from China or Hong Kong. And the research picnic that we're participating in right now is about trying to solve problems that people have encountered in different projects. They have come to a conclusion, perhaps it's a production, perhaps it's a performance, something like that, and but there remain open questions about how to connect a certain technology with certain mode of performing. And so that's why we want to bring together different projects to have a week to research those questions and reflect on those questions together. So there's an exchange of ideas and methods of working and all that. And these sort of things they take time. And when you're doing a production, for example, a performance, when you're preparing one, they always they tend to be very sort of intense periods where you work with technology, so you're not able to solve those questions. But here we sort of try to calm down and have a picnic, a sort of relaxed, informal way of working together.
And you guys are the ants.
Yeah, we're the ants. And,
Unfortunately, we don't have enough Guinness here, but otherwise.
yeah. And Matthew, of course, was the external examiner and supervisor, and my opponent when I was doing my PhD, partner here in Trinity in the drama department, and so I'm here to sort of missing a regular
payback. This is payback.
This is payback time.
Yeah.
But
this time it's personal.
Yeah, but I sort of like to consider myself an apprentice, if that's the right term.
Yeah, that's very good. You're catching the gist of today, is that because we were, you and Gabriella, the troubled ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm prodigal son returning.
That's right. Thrilled to have you.
Yeah, well, happy to have you here, and perhaps this is Ilkka Niemeläinen, our musician.
Hello.
And Teemu Määttänen, our media designer, media
That's good.
guru.
That's also good.
Okay.
Media designers are good. Yeah.
But so if you have any practical questions later on, you can sort of present those questions to them.
Well, practical jokes also. That's it.
Yeah. Because I know nothing about the technology stuff, practically or non-practical in this case.
Well, let's, you guys can do your thing if you have a thing to do.
Yeah.
Neil, are you, who's in control here, for God's sakes?
Nobody.
The computers.
The computer, well,
This is the usual way of working with technology. It's chaos all the time. Unfortunately, but we are trying to control the chaos as well as we can.
Yeah. We did this short improvisation yesterday. Maybe we should do that again.
Yeah.
Just putting both systems up and playing back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's not organized in any way. It will produce something.
It was a free
Maybe.
improvisation, so we call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still like, it's like 10 minutes, okay, or 5 minutes, or how long do you have?
10 minutes, entertain us,
Okay.
whatever, just get it, whatever you're comfortable with.
Teemu can do
Do you
it.
want to show how just
You
this
know, we
works,
have
maybe?
about a half hour to
Without
kick
the two
around,
together,
so.
or
maybe we could start them if we would show the instrument first.
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay.
Before you start, can I do one thing? Can I just take a frame of this still? So I just need
Yes.
Okay.
just to clear this space here.
Oh, yeah.
Tell them what you're doing. if you
Yeah.
don't mind.
I'll do this 1 sec.
Nice, nice to do. See,
See?
Riku does what I tell him.
Yeah, that's what I mean by apprentice.
Yeah, so my name's Neil O'Dwyer, and I'm now in my 4th year in the PhD program here in the HUL with Matthew, part of the digital arts and humanities through the Long Room Hub. And this is a kind of a work in progress that has been going on basically since my master's, which was in 2007, then practicing as an independent artist for several years, and then beginning the PhD program in 2011. And it's based on the idea of audio visualizing corporeal movement, body movement. So it's biometric sensing. We're using infrared cameras. Temu's using this motion sensor. No, it's not a camera-based thing, is it?
It is.
Oh, it is a camera, right? Cool. So yeah, camera. So it's and mapping it's taking the data from the body movement and pulling it into the computer and using there's two main programs that we're using. There's one called Max MSP and there's another one called Processing. You're mainly using Processing, right?
Yeah.
To visualize the data, and then there's 3 programs. Excuse me. Ilka, you're using.
I'm using Max for Live.
Max for
So
Live.
Max MSP, which is integrated in Ableton's Live.
Ableton Live, yeah. So it's also Max MSP. So but with the added capabilities of a full editing program. It's kind of like a live editing program, is it?
Well, it's a well, actually, when it first started, it was a mixture of a sequencer and a sampler, and then when all these virtual synthesizers came along, then it also became a platform for virtual synthesizers. So it's kind of a sequence. But you probably have seen it because a lot of the VJs and the DJs, they use the same program because it's easy to drag and drop all kinds of sound loops and whatnot, different kinds of pieces of music, and mix everything together and control it. And they have different kinds of means of controlling it, like launch pads and stuff like that. So it's basically the same program, but I'm using it a bit differently because I'm focused on the Max MSP side of it quite a lot, because that's a kind of a programming environment. It's an environment where I can manipulate the parameters of the sound and structures and stuff like that. So and I'm using it for this musical instrument that is controlled by gestures and movements. So it's a mixture of a programming environment and a sequencer basically.
And I guess the key thing first of all is that it's everything is done in real time, so it's all done live. You know, it's not there's no kind of like pre-rendered music or visuals or anything like that. So it's well, there's structures put in place that you then manipulate in a live situation. And the other thing then is that, well, for me it's a first to have 2 systems working at the one time in the one space. Usually, you know, because these systems are so new, that there's quite often it's, you know, you're just working with the one. So this is a kind of an experiment to see what happens when we pull the 2 together into one space. So
Okay, well, that's great. Thanks.
So
Do the thing that you do.
Yeah, well, we should just quickly go through the instrument, just to show what it does. So, this is it. Voila. The basic idea is that I can select cells from this grid type of thing and trigger visuals and sound when I do that. So I can point at it and it will trigger, hopefully. Is it on?
Let's see, let's try.
So I can select something. So this is the basic idea. Select stuff and it will play. And I can select with one finger or multiple fingers. Onko sulla siellä multiple finger asia mahdollinen?
Nyt on.
For example with 5 fingers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. I think that's the basic idea, and then you will see more when it's.
Yeah.
Or do you have any questions about it? It's kind of obvious what it does.
And how do the cadences work? If like the intervals of the notes are they're major, how do they're not dissonant? How does that get chosen?
The grid is so this goes into a little bit of a deeper level already. So there's 256 cells, and of course there's not so many notes. So there are notes that are being repeated in the cell, and repetitions happen in this
The
diagonal thing. So this cell, and this cell are the same notes. And then we get this basic sort of like structure that there's only 27 notes from 0 to 26. And then we can just create this table basically that maps the notes into whatever notes we want to play. So we can create.
Yeah, actually I have over here. I have a system which makes it possible that I can choose any kind of scales to play, and I can change the octave, and I can change the rhythms, and because the whole system is also synced into rhythm. The idea is that you can't play wrong notes and you're always in rhythm. So never mind if you don't know how to play music. It's like just moving your hands. You can play higher notes, you can play lower notes, you can play softly, you can play strongly, but you can't play out of the scale that I've composed for you over here. But of course you can change the scales in real time if you want to. I mean, it's possible. It can be a chromatic scale also, whatever. But usually when I'm using it in performances, you can change it the way that if you have a sequence or if you have a chord pattern, you can adjust the system the way that every time when the chord changes, I can choose the scale, which is proper for the chord. And of course I can change it in real time to another thing also. If I want to suddenly want to play chromatic, then it's chromatic. So it's a matter of choice and program.
Shall we just go for it?
Yeah.
A large part of working with this technology is improvising.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know what's going to happen until you get in there. Are you okay to you took a screen?
Yeah, no, that's good. Can I go ahead? Whatever.
Until
Aika pitkiä se on. Aloittaa niin pitkillä. Se on ihan hyvä tieto. Joo.
What I find interesting is like you get in and you sometimes have a preconceived idea of what you think should happen, almost always, and it hardly ever works that way. You have to constantly readjust your own expectations and projections about artistically what you're making to suit what's actually happening in real time with the system. Because it tells you what to do a lot of times. landscapes and forms and disciplines. And she and I worked together with Neil on Cora Mesophyll, which is the piece that we were experimenting this particular technology over here with sound and with visuals and text and working off of each other. There's a lot to think about when you're on stage, but it was great.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. It was really lovely to watch. What a treat, you know. But to have this kind of creativity, the sounds are just brilliant. I love the variety and the kind of troubling within the harmonics of that, and the colors, which we didn't see yesterday on that. It's really, I mean, you'd love to see it on a grand scale. You know, I mean, it's really something. And you know, the movements were so, you played it beautifully. You know what I mean? It's like you knew how to work that. So yeah, no, this is kind of a unique opportunity to come in and see this. It's like $1 million show we got to see on a
Yeah, you pay on
what's
the way
that?
out.
Pay on your way out, yeah. They already did with their tuition, so. Sorry, we kept it here. They, on it. Yeah, very good. So I don't know if you have any questions or just expressions of admiration on that. Any thoughts? You could let your imagination run wild on what would be done with this, what could be done. One of the things we were talking about yesterday here was, you know, the technologies are such in their infancy that it's really now a question of what can be done rather than a why or, you know, what might be the final justification for all this, but just how can it be done. And so these kinds of experimentations and these improvisations between the variety of artists, technologists, and performers, it sort of just gives you a mapping of the territory to see what might be available and what might be possible. Any questions?
One of the things that we've been discussing here is how much responsibility or power can you give over to the computer, you know, and so this idea of emergence of the how much can you just let go and just let the computer make the decisions that drive it, but also that inform the choreography or the dramaturgy or the music. So, and one of the things that we've been discussing is the conflict between giving that responsibility to the computer with the risk of total chaos at the same time, and then losing your dramaturgy, for want of a better word. So that's something that that's a kind of a constant dichotomy that we're struggling with, all of us as kind of researchers here.
Well, how was the improv for you guys? Was it similar to what you were doing yesterday afternoon?
Yeah, Regan wasn't here yesterday, right?
Yeah.
No.
So that was a new thing. I think it's similar. I think the sort of like the hard thing about improvisation is that sort of like start to do the same things, and the technology is so kind of like limiting in a way. It has its tight limits,
Right.
so it does tend to start to repeat itself. So the improvisations start to resemble one each other just because there's so little room to move it.
Yeah, well, it becomes trance-like, you know, when you watch it. You know, for me, it was a pleasant experience.
Yeah.
You know, you could just go on. I could really relax into this for a while without worrying about the narrative or, you know.
For me, it's always like, okay, this is interesting. Could we take that and start to develop something and start to sort of like build something out of it and bring some, you see, with the technology you sort of have to build it.
You have to build the rules.
You have to build the rules, and when you want to bend the rules,
build themselves.
yeah, you have to build the new rules. So that's, you can't really improvise with code so that it would evolve in a way that the movement evolves. So that's hard, and that's what I feel is hard with technology.
So do you think the day is coming that you could improvise with code?
Yeah, you can if you're like really good at it, of course. But
Okay.
it needs like a skill set that I don't have yet.
No, I never even
But
heard of that as a possibility.
There's this
so-
whole scene of live coding, if everybody knows it, that is basically just that it's mostly done with visuals and music.
Yeah.
So that there's like two nerds sitting with computers and coding. So they start with blank canvases and just start writing, and as they progress, the show goes on.
Yeah.
And it's a
Yes.
whole scene, so it can be done, but
Yeah.
it's not easy, and you have to really know the language
Mhm.
of code
Of
really
course.
well.
Yeah.
So you
And
can.
also, when you're developing code, your system is constantly crashing, basically. So like it's like your computer runs into, like if something doesn't work, the computer doesn't know what to do. So like you've seen it all the time. Like you use the computer just seizes up because it's a bug in some kind of software. If you're using or two software, you can't run two certain software at the same time, whatever. But when you're coding, you're just completely exposed to crashes constantly. So
Yes, and then there's also the problem that with coding, you have to sort of do everything. You can't just like when I'm doing this music thing, I can use delays and whatnot, and they can gather all kinds of data all the time, the music, the sound, and they can travel around the room while I'm doing something else. But when you're coding, you can't like do the same way because you're in control in everything at real time. And that's the main difference. It's much easier to improvise when you can, just put something going on and let it go on for a while and then do something else, and then it sort of surpasses the stuff that has been before, and that's why it starts sounding meditative, because the movements to a situation to another, that they're slow, and new things are coming in, and then you suddenly realize, okay, now this atmosphere is totally different.
Yeah, this is another thing we've been discussing, that we have at least 4 or 5 modes of experiencing and doing going on at the same time. Your experience is completely different from mine as a spectator, and you're doing something very different from what you're doing, even though there is in sync. So all that is what we're sort of reflecting on here.
So basically the ideal thing would be that you would have a lot of things prepared for, like presets or possibilities to scale things in real time, so you don't really have to program everything. And that takes planning, and then it starts to resemble a piece of music or a piece of theater, because you have to sort of time something, and here happens this, and when that happens, then that happens, and so forth. So you have to do the planning. But when you're improvising, you actually need the kind of tools where you can spend some time doing something and still it doesn't stop. Because there has to be something going on all the time. Or that it doesn't have to, but it starts training to sit like 10 minutes and wait that something going to happen.
The music should draws it all together.
It's a kind of a glue.
It's very sort of strong element.
So if you wondered what happens in the frozen tundra of Finland, and when it's those long, dark winter nights, this was it in a nutshell, or in the basements of Trinity College and in the back areas. So anyway, that's actually it. Let's thank them for a brilliant
You should thank this Jaakko Tattula project coordinator who sort of put all the strings together. So
sitting amongst you.
Yeah.
Looking like one of the students. I didn't get you in roll time. What is your? Who are you?
Yeah, this is Matthias Palo, our technician from Finland.
Great. Okay, so that's it. I will see you next week, but we will go back to upstairs and quietly torture ourselves.
Beware of the bob wires there.
Yeah. Come into my office.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. It's good.
Good fun.
It's always good to have extra eyes and energy.
What a eye opener. Thank you so much. Nicely contained.
Is my phone meant to like go back upstairs or something? Thank you. Sure. Thanks.
Sort of natural sounds.
Oh, such a hearings. It's so much fun to improvise with you. Just jumping. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, when I started dancing around yesterday, there are all these things that came back to me. Oh yeah, about this place. It hadn't been here since we worked on the piece, so suddenly like viscerally reminded of. And then of course it brings back loads of memories of like working through different things and So it's interesting how our space really can do that. Now what?
Did we lose them already? Yeah, that's undergrads. Where did they go? I know you. You're the trouble one. There's always one student in every class. Yeah.
I'm in the student discount.
Yeah. Who won't leave at the end of class. You know, can I ask you another question? Yes, what do you want to know?
Thanks, so we have a tour of Ireland ahead now with the show.
Well, you know, I mean, actually it did occur to me in hindsight. Now I would have said, gosh, let's do a Thursday night, open rehearsal, or demo for the wider college community. Well, I mean, I don't know. Now it'd be very difficult to try to get people through the door, but it would have been, for future iterations, we should.
So, should we just sit down and...
I have another class that starts now, but that was great, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for coming in,
And you
Becky.
too for being part of this. It's really, your creativity and contributions is really appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be upstairs and back down in a bit.
So, it's still that maybe not to have too much of a chat. Maybe we'll just sort of like figure out, do we want to do something with it, or is it done?
Well, I liked what you said, and
Nothing's
in
ever done.
complete agreement with how people were saying, because I found myself, because of the sounds, because of the delay and the colours and things, I was pulling back into things that I was actually doing yesterday. So then, for me as an improviser and a creative person in the middle of it, when you're repeating yourself, you're kind of going, it's not very satisfying. So I'm just wondering, how can we change that? How could we have an open improvisation and keep like changing things so that the elements keep changing and
There's the sort of like, now we're at the limits of what we have with the technologies. So
Which is a good thing.
let's come back to that in a year. I mean, like let's come back to when we have some more.
Well, no.
No, maybe you're thinking of something different. For me, it's like if a sound quality or texture or duration changes, that radically changes how I move.
Yeah.
So if those things
That's true.
keep changing, the colors. I mean, those like within the parameters of how we're working. I think there's still a big range of things.
Also, we discussed the idea of sending my data to Ilka. I think. Well, do you think we can try it? Which would mean that you would have to be able to handle 2 different OSC messages.
Well, that's not a problem. Actually, the problem is again the mapping part. What I'm
we can
using
try
it for.
We can try it.
Yeah, we can, of course, we can try everything. That's no problem. But what you said about these dramatic and radical changes, that's of course that's the intention when you're doing something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we want to do.
but it's also actually the next step, so to say. I have to prepare certain kinds of presets. I have to find the sounds and find the tempos and find everything, and then I'm able to change from something to another quite suddenly.
Okay.
Because I don't have them ready. If I don't have them ready, then it's very difficult to change suddenly to something.
Sure.
So it's a big palette. I have to. I'm using lots of different sounds to create this atmosphere.
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
time.
I can hear
So
it.
so I'm working all the time here, and I'm listening now this, and I'm watching what you're doing. I'm working all the time, and then I had to do. If I have to do a dramatic change, I would have to have another patch block which has a lot of things together and change to that suddenly.
Sure.
And then working with that and then going, and it takes preparation, and
Sure.
I don't think that we can do it today.
Okay. Okay.
I
I didn't mean
we have to
specifically dramatic change. Couldn't be
Yeah,
changed
but in any
and
case, I mean, it always takes time. You need to prepare.
Right.
It's not like if you have one instrument, you can play all kinds of things like rhythms and you can change things. But this is a total universe. I mean, you have all kinds of sounds and lots of layers and lots of different kinds of undertones going over there and over here. And when you start controlling everything and doing changes, then you have to prepare. And otherwise, it's really difficult. Or you should have more people. Like when I'm usually working with my electronic music combo, we are 3 people.
Right.
And everybody is doing different things. And then I can suddenly stop my thing and the other guy is doing something else because he has time to prepare when we are improvising. But if I'm doing everything myself here, then it's really difficult. And I have one machine and I have only 10 fingers.
Of course, yeah.
Because I'm not sure what I can quite work out what this conversation is about actually, in terms of the detail of change or I guess it's okay for there not to be computer responses all the time because there's dance. There's 2 systems, so if one system isn't responding all the time, there's another system. On this screen over here, on your instruments, there's several different settings that you have that we saw yesterday. There's a couple of different, I don't know what you call them, when the finger goes up and down and it gets slower.
Modes.
Velocity, the modes, there's various modes that can be used with this. There's various paces of response that I think with your system. And I think within what we have, is that a possibility that we can modulate slightly between what we have as opposed to nothing dramatic because it's impossible.
Sure, of course we can do that. But what I was thinking about this, because what we're now improvising is that I'm creating the sounds and atmosphere here, which is sort of a kind of a supporting thing. Because if you only do the interactive part, it's actually quite little. I mean, like supporting wise, if you are not playing all the time, there's no sound.
Okay.
And then you just dance without the sound.
That's okay.
And then you go there and you play something and then you go and dance and there's no sound. So I mean, if you want the supporting kind of an atmosphere to be built, that's what I meant. That if you want a different kind of atmosphere altogether, then it has to be prepared.
Sure. I don't think it's necessary for it to be supporting sound at all times.
No, I like
we can do that. I think that we can.
I think silence is okay.
I think
like stillness.
Yeah,
a jam is a jam.
I think the question is
like
more like, do we want to do something or not?
That's I think definitely,
The other 2 things that I'm just waiting for Ivan to come back, but is if you want to sing, we can plug in a microphone, and we also need to plug in the subwoofer for you to try and improve the richness of the sound. So there's a couple.
Yeah. Let's make the floor shake. Let's make the lights
bright. Say yes to everything. yes, and then see what happens.
Yeah.
But this conversation kind of took I think a wrong turn. So let's come back a little bit and let's just try stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe just Orion, just to go over again how the thing works, because we sort of like I think you figured out it yesterday.
I'm still figuring it out. Really,
We can sort of like look at it a bit and how to get into those modes. For example, for building sequences, and because they are not the decisions right now to go into the sequence mode is not interactive with the instrument. You have to be interactive with me, which is hard.
Change the mode.
Yeah, but we have to sort of like
Computers are a strong
we have to figure out some language.
Or maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe that's your role. It's you decide when you change.
It is my role, but I think that you have to know what mode the instrument is in, so that when you come and play it, you don't have to figure out that okay, what would do that, but you can just, or we can try it the other way. Yeah. But I think we just have to test it a bit.
I think
just talk about
I think
it,
it's perfectly
how
fine to
we
stop,
can-
to
how
stop
we
and
can-
talk.
Yeah.
And while there's other stuff still running, just turn around and say, "Can we try this?"
Yeah.
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 That's what a jam is.
Yeah.
And we actually did yesterday. We did try I think Matthias went in and did some sequences, and it did produce something. Yeah.
Mhm.
But there's still I think with today's session and yesterday's session, they still were kind of similar. So it would be fun to kind of like find out if we can find something that's not already been said.
Yeah.
And what the moods are, or what can be found with just these really basic parameters.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, that's it. So should we just structure it more, or like do maybe shorter pieces of improvisation to try out stuff, or do you want to do this longer pieces? My long is 10 minutes, and
I
my
wouldn't
short
go
is
shorter than we just did. You know, that was like short.
How long is it?
I don't know. About 10 minutes.
Around 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's about 10 minutes.
That's long for me.
They say it needs about 15 minutes to arrive at flow. I suggest we go no less than 15 minutes to see where we arrive.
Yeah.
In 15, if we want to be a little bit
That's a long.
considerate.
Perhaps it would be like,
consider the
if you
potentials.
like do first that long chat, like 10-15 minutes, and see if there's like something interesting to afterwards go deeper into that. So
Yeah.
narrow it down.
If you sort of like figure out that okay, this is something that could be developed without going into the code with the existing things, then you just remember it, and we can maybe talk about it and maybe just figure out if we can go that way deeper. Because it would be fun to sort of like collectively to find some routes that would start to lead somewhere. And that, I think that just needs a little bit of talking. Or just naming that this was, the brown thing with this was good, so let's, And we haven't really done that yet, we're just going for it.
Yeah.
And that,
But I think, I don't know, sometimes it just takes a long time to figure it out. I mean, this is a whole new system.
But if there's like one thing, that's enough.
And again, something that looked really beautiful to me doesn't probably say anything to you as a performer. You're just doing some sort of movement pattern again, but it's not giving you something new to reflect on. You know what I mean? Something that looks very beautiful to me here.
Sure.
Might just be sort of
feels.
yeah, say.
That's still a valid something, and I still think it's worth inputting into the conversation. Because your experience as a witness is an active witness.
Is part of the formula that makes it what it is right now.
There's
So.
always a feedback
Yeah.
between
So that's why different roles. You can't see how it looks from the outside.
No, I go by feel, like you were talking yesterday about working with intuition. This is really intuitive. Like you kind of have to, in some ways, get past a
frontal
helposti
brain
sellaisella
way of
sitä
thinking
ei
about it. You have to
Kyllä
go
mietin,
in
että voisiko se,
se menee haseeksi.
niin, mä mietin, että pitäisikö se muuttaa niin tässä kohtaa, onko se kauhean homma. Ei, mutta siis semmoiseksi, että se sormien määrä muuttaisi sitä pituutta. Ei mene ylisaika. Että se olisikin niinku tavallaan, että jos sulla on 5, me puhuttiin tästä silloin aikaisemmin, jos sulla on 5 sormia, niin se on lyhyitä soundeja. Sitten pitkiä ääniä yhdellä, tai toisinpäin, tai joku niinku konfiguraatio. Niin sillä voisi saada tavallaan siihen soittamiseen, että se enemmän niinku hallitsisi sitä, että tuleeko sieltä niinku, että nyt se tavallaan tuottaa niinku aina samaa tietyllä lailla. Varsinkin niillä pitkillä äänillä se ei oikein edes kuulu sitten se monen, sehän kuuluu oikeastaan vaan niinku.
Toikin on sellainen, mulla ei ole siihen valmista kalikkaa, että mä joudun sellaisen rakentelemaan. Se ei ole niinku vielä suoraan mäpättynyt se mitään. Siinä menee sitten vähän aikaa.
Which is the fun of it. I think that's
pitää mäpätä sit tonne niinku
So a bit of an
sämplärin ja
extended period
synaosastolle ja
of time
rakentaa
allows
siihen.
us to find our strong each.
Se datahan sulle tulee.
Joo, eikö se ei ole ongelma, että ei mä dataa saa, mutta se, että mä saan sen mäpättyä niin oikeisiin paikkoihin, niin mulla ei ole sitä valmista kalikkaa vielä. Sehän tarkoittaa niin käytännössä se, että riippuen mitä synaa niissäkin kohtaa käytän, niin pitää niin suhtaan ja riveistä asioihin päästä.
Niin siinä on vaan niinku, tavallaan saat sen numero, mikä sulle tulee, ja skaalaat sen 0–27 tai johonkin väliin, ja sitten se vaan niinku tavallaan switchailee sitä, mikä se ikinä on. Sinänsä on niinku monimutkainen, mutta jos sulla on paljon niitä instrumentteja, niin se tekee just sitä.
Se on, että varsinkin sitten kun aletaan vaihtaa soundeja ja halutaan erilaisia soundeja, ja se menee niinku eri kohteisiin. Se ei ole aina sama synaa, koska sitten jos mä alan vaihtaa soundeja, niin sitten mä joutuisin taas niinku etsimään ne ensin, että mitä mä käytän ja tekemään niistä presettejä. Ja sitten vaihtamaan niinku toisiin syniin ja taas etsimään niistä presetiksi. Mulla olisi niinku monta synaa vierekkäin, mä vaan sit ohjaan sen datan menemään haluttuun synaan sen sijaan, että mä aina lataan niinku uudet presetit, koska sit siinä tapahtuu niinku muita. Koska se on eri synissä, niin se skaalaus on erilainen.
Se ei niinku tavallaan riitä se, että jos sulla on yksi suna tälle, että jos sä vaihdat presettiä, niin sehän tavallaan se mäppäys siihen dataan pysyy samalla.
Joo, mutta se soundi on erilainen, niin se käyttäytyy eri tavalla siinä skaalalla. Se pitää skaalata uudestaan se sustainen eri. Se riippuu siitä soundin ominaisuudesta.
Se on tavallaan, että sulla on maksissa, sulla voi olla vain 2 slideria ja sitten muuta.
Eikö se tapahtuu se synapsissa, se soundin muutos?
Niin, mutta se data, sä voit muuttaa sitä dataa.
Kyllä, sitten se pitää vaan skaalata, mutta sitten mä ajattelin, että sen pystyy tekemään sillä niin fiksusti, niin se olisi hyvä, että mulla olisi useita erilaisia syniä, joihin mä vaan ohjaan sen saman datan ja sitten mulla on valmiit asetukset siellä. Mutta se on varmasti, se menee vaan vähän aikaa.
Mutta mä mietin vaan, pääsisikö siihen asiaan niinku käsiksi sillä, että sen ohittaisi. Niin, tavallaan, että se voisi olla semmoinen niinku vaan hauska tavallaan kokeilu, että jos sen tekee niinku tosi karusti, mä en tiedä haittaako se.
Eihän se tietenkään mahdollisesti, totta kai, mutta että se, että sitten niitä ei ihan helposti pysty niinku, tiedätkö, kokeilemaan erilaisia soundeja, sitten se joutuu joka kerta mäppäämään.
Mutta se voi olla vaikka sama soundi nyt koko ajan, sillä ei tavallaan ole ehkä väliä. Se voi olla niinku yksi synä, jossa on yksi soundi. Periaatteessa.
So I'll keep doing that until I can work out what it is that.
Et sit vaikka kun pidetään paussia, niin sit vaihtaa vaikka synaa. Et ottaa sit seuraavan soundin tai jotain muuta, et sitä ei tee lennosta. Toi tavallaan se instrumentti olisi koko ajan sama. Sehän voisi olla ihan...
Siis nythän se on ollut ikään kuin sama.
Niin sitä mä just mietin, että sitähän se on ollut niinku, että siinähän ei oo nyt vaihtunut soundi. Niin tavallaan tässä kohtaa se voisi olla ihan...
Joo, eikö mä vaan mietin sitä, kun oli puhetta, että saataisiin niinku erilaisia tilanteita kesken tämän.
Mutta tavallaan tollaset, sä annat sen kontrollin tuolle esiintyjälle tehdä niitä erilaisia tilanteita siinä sormien vaihdolla.
Kokeillaan, jos se riittää, sitten se on hyvä, mutta testaa.
I mean, quite often just during that little intro, I was standing over to the side,
Just asking Neil
we were waiting to see what is it doing?
Changing these lights, because you can really feel in this space that it's very uneven, which makes it very kind of, for me as a performer, I think that's what he's going to try to do, just to try to make that space ways for his system a little more even, then I know what I'm working like with yours. That's the beauty of it. It's so straightforward. And you know, you go like this, something happens, you know, and if you're not within that field, okay, it's not going to happen. So, but I can't quite tell because of the way the lines are set up. It just feels very like, you know, I do something and then suddenly nothing happens and you kind of go,
yeah, I know, yeah. I think that's the system that Neil has said is a little bit.
But I think the lights
Se ehti niinku rakentaa uusia. Tässä pääsi se ongelma, että kun ei ole valmiita, sieltä kaivelee kokeilee tästä. Ja sit se ottaa niinku haissua. Silloinhan se on tietysti, jos sulla on valmiita asioita. Toimitaan tämän kanssa, varjoidaan tätä ja sitten siirrytään seuraavaan ja sitten siellä on uusi paletti.
Yeah, no, I totally understand the whole thing about like presets and things like that. And yeah, it's a lot.
You cannot think that I just do this and 2 hours later you're still like doing it.
But it's kind of one thing that seems to sad ways that seems to is like the long delay to fill. Oh, that's what he's playing with.
The instrument notes on a long and one of the fingers just adds more notes to it.
Yeah.
So there's this big one.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do now is that if you have one finger, it will be the longer sound. So if you put 5 fingers,
great. Nice.
So you can control it more. More variability. And you can make some stuff just with that.
Really, that's really good. See, that's what I mean. There's like little changes.
It's little,
but they offer
little, but let's see.
Yeah. But it offers another palette to work with. Yeah.
Mä itse asiassa katosin, mä hämmensin tosiaan uusin Logic, niin se maksoi $189.
Se ihan se
täysversio.
Yeah, of course.
Se ei tosiaan paha.
Se voi olla, että ne on hiifanneet kuvia, että se on parempi, että saa niitä
a multitude of stuff out of this instrument.
Himmakone on mulla kräkätty. Koska silloin, se olisi joku vanhempi versio ja se maksoi niin. Se maksoi ja piti enemmän.
Se on ihan sika.
Yeah. It is. It's great. And I mean, I love this. That, okay, what if we make the 5 fingers short and 1 finger long? You know, it's like those sorts of questions. What if we do this?
And it's a simple thing.
Try it.
You can figure it out really easily. It's not a hard thing to comprehend.
Yeah.
Okay.
Siis kummasta kädestä me nyt puhutaan, me vasemmasta vai oikeasta kädestä nyt tähän?
Me puhutaan oikeasta kädestä.
Ja se tulee silloin niinku finger count right.
Vois kuvitella, että se olisi juuri se. Varmaan käytä sitä, mutta kyllä se katsotaan mulle lähetetään. Sovitaan, että se on finger count right.
Joo.
Occidental spectator wants this huge soundscape and things going on.
They don't.
No theater is like every single movement has a meaning.
Yeah. And there's
And it's like really hard
and
to
the Chinese
follow
opera
the
as well. Even the steps.
Itse asiassa se tulee sitten leftistä, jos käyttää vain yhtä kättä. Mennään sillä, ei muuteta. Ota sitten leftistä, mutta jos käyttää yhtä kättä, niin se tulee siitä. Se itse asiassa lähettää sen rightin samaan aikaan kuin sen lefti. Se on tässä.
Kädestä se tulee siitä left rännistä.
Ei, jos sä laitat sen toisen, niin sitten se tulee siitä toisesta.
Niin se oli se jo.
Kato, kun siinä on semmoinen ongelma, että se luulee, että ne molemmat kädet on silloin yksi. Niin,
Between the two, and to turn off all the technology, not the lights for a second, and just see what's there.
Yeah, because for me, like the body has music in it already. So it's like the external environment is adding to the musicality that I have.
Oliko se niinku...
se on 0–5. Ei 0–4.
I have songs in my head already going. So I have to kind of envy you those songs after
Varmaankin.
working.
Vai onko se yhdestä?
That's just because I work a lot.
Katsotaan, se varmaan tulee sulle sinne nyt, jos mä teen, eiks niin?
Joo,
Tää on niinku
And I think it's nice
täys.
to be able
nyt
to
ei
see
sano
that
mitään,
all the time
miksi se johtuu.
without
Account löytyy.
extra extraction. Once in a while.
Tuleeko se
it's
tää?
just right.
Nyt
It's
on
really
5,
essential.
joo.
Joo. Ja sitten jos mä otan näin, niin on
And
0.
then you can
Joo.
launch that
Joo.
into-
Eli se tulee niinku 0-5 on se, mutta siis sulla se on niinku niin. Eli se on itse asiassa 6 sormea, koska
Joo.
niinku tää on se 6.
Aivan.
Dramatic pause. That's
Hyvä laittaa.
Mutta silloin ei mitään tavallaan kyllä trikkaadu.
Ei trikkaadu, joo.
Että sä voit ottaa sen yhdestä,
You know,
ottaa sit yhdestä.
just to remind us that as well, it highlights the work that's going on. When you take it away for a second, and you bring it back and it's got double the impact. Yeah, yeah.
Mutta se on trikkaus. Ja se
I think
on
it's a good way
velocity.
of
Jos se on
dialoguing with
velocity,
people.
niin se ei haittaa.
Me puhuttiin siitä
We're doing some very interesting
releaseasta.
tweaks now.
Oh yeah?
Se olisi pidempi ehkä, että
So,
se on dynaminen se
just
release,
saying
mutta
that
se hyppää
now
näin.
in quotes.
Mutta eikö tuo siinä trikkauskohdassa? Eihän se release-aika, jos sä muutat sitä näin, niin jos sulla on pitkä release-aika menossa, niin ei se muuta sitä. Eikö se ole siinä trikkaus?
Joo, se trikkaus.
Koska siinähän se vaan...
Tuleeko toi sitten aina tämä, tuleeko se aina vaan trikkaus, kun tää sormen määrä muuttuu?
Ei, se tulee koko ajan, mutta...
Niin, kun sitähän voi tulla niinku, jos se hirveä tuossa sormessa, niin sitähän voi tulla niinku koko ajan sitten muutosta.
Mutta eihän se vaikuta siinä mitenkään. Jos sä vänkytät sitä, niin
So you can drum it.
eihän se kuulu tavallaan. Mutta ei käytä sitä, mikä on tällä.
Or kind of trust that it's there. that
Oikeastaan
it's really designed.
mennään vaan nyt niinku ihan suoraan. Ei välillä kyllä sitä testaa.
Actually, I was contemplating on
Exactly the same sort of
kind of factors that there's like two different mediums. There are like this on the stage performance and there's like this content combined thing.
So it's really actually.
Sä voisit mennä vähän, nyt vähän soittaa. Katon, olla kyllä samaa.
To the other side of Europe and we are
Yeah.
hearing the same thing.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm very curious.
Yeah, yeah. You gotta get back in there and do something.
Yeah, I think we should.
I really like the fly thing with the fly sounds.
Oh, you was doing the telephone.
Like it's just gonna come down instead of
And when I heard the fly sound, I was like, I can't do that. That's it. You know, in my head, it's like, can't go there.
Stole my move. You stole my move.
Copyright on it and everything.
That's what he does in his run. Everybody space gate on the dance floor.
That's the best way to learn. Best way to extend your vocabulary.
Meidän perjantai läksiäisiin on ilmoittautunut 8 henkeä sisältää navetti.
It really is.
Missä oli pulssomalainen? Oman väen lisäksi.
Kun mä vaan ihmettelen tätä soundia nyt tässä, koska jos siellä halutaan niinku nopeita trikkauksia, niin se, että kun mulla on täällä tässä materiaalissa vaan tiettyjä maaseutuja.
Hey, sorry about that. Actually, I think my laptop is actually
Se vaan
fine.
päästään niihin äärikohtiin.
It's working. Yeah.
Ilman mitä ne on.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
The other thing is that
microphone for even.
Kiva soittaa.
Tässä on
Hän suositteli 3 tuntia.
Ketäs ne on?
Se on jotain psykopyyjää.
Se on se psykopyyjää. Vähänkö hieno?
You just have to be very careful and not use
Läksimäisiä.
kenen psykopilliseen?
Noora.
Nooran miehen.
So you said you were making some changes to the counter
Yeah.
Täällä on oikein kuunnella, että minkälaista se on.
Really exciting.
That's the wire system, so we do have systems.
Oh, do we?
does stuff on its own.
Yeah.
And it's hard to work with that. It's like a person that wouldn't listen to you. Do that. And no bones! It's just really hard, so it's easier to work with.
There's something hard about it.
Maybe you can program, you know.
Yeah,
Stuff.
I think there's also one of them.
Bring it up. That's you can fix computation.
I know.
That's hard. It's just this computer.
Joo, programmers.
Yeah.
Bring books.
Totally unconnected. We're disconnected already.
Mä oon vielä tiedä, kun on tähän valitettavasti. Valita siihen jonkun toisen
se on varmaan niinku valmiiksi napattu, jos se ottaa ykkösen, niin se
nämä on kaikki periaatteessa valmiiksi napattu, että nyt voi panna vaikka 60, niin sitten mulla on se pitää mutta se pitää napata tuohon. Mä en tee vielä mitään, kun mä nappaan sinne oikeaan kohtaan.
Läppäkäppää. Nyt se jää nyt tonne sinne.
Eli nyt release-aika on lähinnä se, että sä käyt
tässä. Miten näin? Sanois kaikki pois. Mä en tiedä, että pitäisikö se tavallaan niinku...
Kyllä, ne menee kimpas.
Niin, että se olisi tavallaan niinku toi tiki olisi ehkä se. Ja sitten... Se varmaan pitää olla molemmissa.
Joo.
Sehän voi olla periaatteessa sama data.
Kyllä. Se vaan napataan vähän eri tavalla. Kokeilis nyt.
Että se on niinku...
se
maksi. Joo. Siinä on edes jotain niinku.
Se on lähinnä toi atakki kai.
Se on varmaan se atakki, jos mikä menee niinku.
Sen takia, jos siinä on pitkä slaidi, niin se pikkuhiljaa siinä.
Mietin, että tätä voisi vielä tuoda lähemmäs silloin pienemmällä alueella. Tätä voisi tuoda vielä tällaista atakkia niin kuin tässä mielessä vähän tiukemmaksi. Aika iso asia. Kyllä. Se on varmaan se.
Tää on itse asiassa juuri se, lopuksi lähdetään, että on monia erilaisia optioita.
Sen takia myös sanoin, että tää on niinku meillekin ihan oleellista työtä. Tää ei oo sinänsä niinku turhaa.
Ei oo, mutta tää on tietysti sellaista, että tässä saattaa mennä tää päivä, kun me säädetään, mutta silloin me saadaan tää niinku oikeesti toimimaan.
Se toimii.
Niin joo, sit
auttavasti. Se riittää, ei meidän tarvitse sitä saada valmiiksi.
Niin.
Koska me päästään vaan kokeilemaan tavallaan sitä, että miltä se tuntuu, että syntyykö siellä niinku juttuja.
Joo.
Se on se pointti. Se on niinku luonnos.
Kyllä.
Se on se luonnos. Ei ruveta varjostelemaan, vaan tehdään vaan viivoja.
Tässä on sen niinku, tästä aistii jo välittömästi. Hei, voisiko tää nyt muuttaa tähän näin?
Totta Moosen, kun mä vien sulta pois, mä vien sulta pois, niin sä et pääse tekemään sitä.
Ei, kun mä tarkoitan, että en minä halua, mutta täällä saattaa olla näitä muita.
Joo, totta kai.
Toivoo, että voisiko tähän tehdä sen muuta.
Yritetään painottaa sitä, että ei.
Kun nää on juurikin niitä, mihin pitäisi ehtiä valmistautua.
Nää on juurikin niitä. Mutta nyt me tehtiin se homma ihan okei. Okay.
Halutaanko me muuten, nyt kun me tästä puhutaan, niin halutaanko me tehdä jotain muutakin mäppäistä tälle sormi- tai käden korkealle?
Ei tehdä nyt mitään muuta. Annetaan olla tollain. Ei mennä niinku liian syvälle.
Joo.
Musta tää niinku riittää. Onko päällä?
Pitäisi olla. Mä en tehnyt mitään muuta.
Simahtiks tää jotenkin tää homma? Ei.
Mä katson tuleeko ylipäätään dadaa. Ei tuu ainakaan sormidadaa.
Eikä nähnyt siitäkin.
Siinäks tää nyt juma?
Dada puhuttiin.
Dada. Ei tuu vieläkään dadaa.
Mikäs täällä nyt sitten mahtaa?
Dididada.
Tää tiputti jotenkin meikäläisen pois täältä kokonaan.
Sä hävisit.
Mä hävisin.
Sä hävisit.
What? Hello? Valo tulee, mutta mitään ei näe. Hello. How do you do?
So we're just getting the subwoofer set up here.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah. It's a
Hajoskohan
generic.
tää hubi?
Very good. Finnish speaker.
Oh yeah, is that made in
Generic
Finland?
is Finnish.
Oh right, cool. I didn't know that. I assumed it was American for some reason.
Tää on jostain Hubi. It went goodbye.
Okay, the USB cable.
You wouldn't happen to have a USB 2 extension cable because this just broke.
Really, it just broke now?
Yeah.
USB 2.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put it
An extension cable.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe
I can be really close here,
yeah,
so
because
it's
really,
okay, but if you
really
do have
short
one.
Does it have to be USB 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Or 3.
yeah, it has to be faster than USB 1. Ota vaan reilusti, eihän se tarvitse siinä keskellä olla.
Faster than lightning.
Let me have a look.
Voi olla tässä, tää riittääkin lihaa jees.
Siinä on vaan tää tanssija-osasto liikehtii, niin sit kun ne osuu tuohon piuhaan, niin sit se liikehtii jo hajaa.
Niin, juuri näin. Sitä vartenhan meillä on Tekesin rahoitus.
Niin. Teillä ei vaan ole mukana enempää kuin tuo yksi liikki. Ja jymähtää siihen tää.
Se on säkkiä tästä.
Joo, he vaan levisi.
myydä, missä ne joutuu netistä tilaamaan.
Niinkö?
Joo, en mä
Ei niitä oikein, ainakaan Suomessa ei
Niin,
ole.
no Suomessa, mutta...
Voi se olla, että täällä olisi, en tiedä. Tuossa on toi mönkkyräkauppa, olisikohan niin?
Se taisi olla itse asiassa, oliko se Briteistä, mistä nää tuli? Mulla on vähän sellainen fiilis, että nää tuli. Katsotaan sit tää vielä working.
Working niin.
Munkin pitäis varmaan jotenkin sitten pistää toi sormidata tuohon pituuteen.
Dublinissa Car for Tourists. Bussista toiseen.
Niin mä näinkin semmosen.
Joo, bussin kyljessä. Se tulee heti Googlella.
We have these exercises. System like I think by far the most useful as training wise, the most useful exercise that we did is
Set value.
the virtual camera.
I don't know if this is USB 2 or not. I suppose you
It's okay.
can't tell by looking at it.
Yeah. It looks old, so it might not be. But I can be just a little bit closer here, so it's okay.
Well,
We didn't use the headlockers because your head goes
Se on oikein possi.
so
Mistä se on hyvä?
Mulla on sit tossa kartalla pari muuta vielä varmasti. Sitten aika lähellä sitä, no mietin, että se puisto, mitä me käveltiin tossa eilen pizzeriasta pubiin. Se iso puisto, missä on joulumarkki. Niin sen puiston toisella puolella.
Joo, se vähän näyttää sellaiset messutit, siinä on varmaan lähellä. Tuo mun mielestä toi Riku sanoi, että siis kun kävellään niistä pitemmällä, niin siellä on semmonen niin kutsutaan pienukkokauppa, joka yleensä lähellä.
also virtual for live audience, but a virtual audience, which is also an actor on stage.
Okay, then just scale this.
And then there's you're performing for the virtual camera and the person who's playing the virtual camera.
Yeah.
So you have 7 or 8 different levels of representation there that you have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
And so that is a very, very good exercise for anyone who wants to perform with the virtual system.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Virtual camera is by far the most education-wise or training-wise, the most useful thing to do. And where you actually, when you're performing, the screen is turned off, and even though you've done work with the screen, you know how your avatar sort of performs and works. You sort of tend to lose the connection quite soon, or you have to really sort of concentrate on know who you are,
Yeah.
what you're doing
Yeah.
in the virtual. So that was very useful as well.
Mm.
This is all very confusing. So just trying to remember all the things that you have.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll be open to try now.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so
What are we playing here?
Yeah, coming home with you.
yeah, you just find money to do it. This project is already ending in December, so you can find the money you can pass the whole month. And the kinesthetic sympathy or empathy that you feel for the virtual outcasts because they don't
Sitten pitäisi täällä on nopeita kuvia.
Joo.
Ja sitten on ne on aika tosi pitkiä mulla, pitäisikö nyt olla vähän lyhyempiä.
Niin.
Nää on niinku
Niin,
aika
niitä on äänenreleasiä, mutta tämähän onnistuu ihan sillä, että mä lisään tänne kaikki delaytä vaan kokeilles nyt. Mutta sit se delay on sit mukana myöskin niissä lyhkäisissä.
Mä voin vähän lyhentää, että on aika pitkä, nyt 20 sekuntia.
Saa mäkin pitkän delay, mutta sit se on niissä lyhkäisissäkin.
Niin, se pitäisi tavallaan säätää.
So that's one of the experiences that the acting students that we work with they find
Tää on aika hyvä. Tää on aika hyvä.
Ja sit se Teemuilta linkki löytyy siis niinku näppisversio kanssa. Näppäimistä.
Joo, ja ilmeisesti HP on jotenkin tehnyt.
Joo, HP on tehnyt. HP liikkumallisesta Eikö se olisi niinku aika, eikö sillä sitten pystyisi periaatteessa niinku pystyt sitä näppiksistä niinku asainaamaan joku pikanäppäin tosta vaihtaa niinku.
Joo, ei me haluta näppistä.
Niin, mutta siis semmoinen olisi niinku mahdollista.
Joo, totta kai. Voisin tähän laittaa jonkun minkä tahansa.
Niin.
Mutta joo, totta kai. Okei. Ihan ei mene yhtään. Mä voin ehkä lyhentää tätä vähän sen
Joo, ihan mitä vaan.
Mä lyhennän pyölellä, niin katsotaan, jos se vähän helpottaa. Nyt siinä on aika hevi se kaikki. Kaatui.
Tuonhan saa myöskin ton viiveen pituuden tuohon taakse, jos haluaa. Se vaatii vähän taas lisää. Mulla on siinä mun toisessa versiossa se olemassa, mutta se pitäisi implementoida tähän.
Pistäks päälle vielä? Mä luulen, että se voi olla parempi ilman sitä ihan tosi pitkää viivettä, koska se vähän niinku tekee. Musta tuntuu, että mennään vaan tolla, että se on vähän liian pitkä. Koska sit se mulla vaikuttaa taas sitten noihin alkupään niinku kuviin, niistä tulee liian lyhyitä. Kun se ei mene ihan, se pitäisi olla joku logaritminen tai joku ihmeellinen. Mennään tällä. Let's not worry too much. Siellä on kyllä tosi hidasta.
Perhaps a leg, not the box is a leg.
Oh, nice!
Yeah.
I love that.
We have two octaves. slowly go together and form an entity that consists of a box,
Yes.
Testaat mä otan tuohon delay'n feedbackiin myöskin
Ei se haittaa vaikka tää on pidempi, se on ihan okei. Muuten näyttää aika hyvältä.
Well, actually, they have this bomb making exercise where they drop the objects together and the objects sort of make love, and then they became one. And then instead was actually conducting that exercise. Puhun siitä isosta motopiin. Yeah, and how they became one entity and how they moved for a while. They sort of searched the ways that it moved and then slowly came apart. And they dropped the objects where they were. So, and that's a very, very, very good exercise.
Yeah, that sounds good because it obviously make you have to be in a very good way. So really the computer or the avatar is telling you how best the task is going to be.
But it takes a lot of time to prepare all this simple exercise. Because you have to map all the markers.
Ollaanko me ihan happy?
You have to know where they are.
No en mä siitä tiedä, mutta tää niinkun
Kulaa.
tää niinku tätä ollaan toimia, mutta tota voit testaa, tutkii ton vielä ton, saisitko ton delay'n feedbackin on yhteen,
se on aika hyvä.
Silloin kun on pitkä, niin tota se olisi niinku pitempään oikeesti.
Mielestä mentäisikö tällä? Mentäisikö niinku tällä?
Näin.
Sä voit tutkia kato sitä sit vähän myöhemmin.
Näin. Ymmärrät, että sä katot.
Menee vähän niinku hieromiseksi.
Joo, pitää hieroa pitää.
Taiteilijan pitää hyväksyä, että krokimaa piirrostus on tämmöistä nopeaa.
Olga ei hiero, mutta kunnolla, niin Olga ei hiero.
It's basically now done change so we can get it here, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Riku.
Se,
mä pitää tehdä vähän seivauksia täällä.
So the change is not a huge one, but it's something. So with one finger, and now we forget this. It's just okay. One finger is fast. It's a lot. It's not like these really short notes. I can play stuff that's like this. And then when I bring in more fingers, the notes will become longer, so the sounds will become longer. And if I
No, that was borrowed from a student, sorry. Do you need it to?
Aika syömässä.
Yeah, perfect.
Does it need a bit of?
You pointed something very, very
Little bit of
important to
tightening?
me that it works best.
Maybe a bit of tape.
Yes.
So I was like trying all these different things, but
It's basically a pyramid.
yeah.
There's a camera in there, so it's a like a mirror. So it goes like this, and it goes like this. And it works actually best when not here, but actually here, so that when tracking the fingertips.
Yeah.
So when they are on top of the So when I'm keeping my fingertips on top of the machine, so this is sort of like the sweet spot. And it starts to, it works, but it works less.
This direction,
So I can select. So this shape thing doesn't affect. So I don't have to go like this to go straight. I can go straight up and down anyway.
up and down is the same.
Up and down. This works like. It's completely. You don't have to think about the pyramid shape.
No.
So it will work. There are like cells down here. that are kind of impossible.
Okay, so I have this.
There. You can kind of get this somewhere.
Right.
Here.
Yeah.
Well, I was noticing that this sort of coming in up here, the edge, is very similar to the side and then just in terms of drawing it.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the highest notes are
Jahas,
here.
se niinku
So it's
sitä
about
ollaan.
this high.
Tän nopeammin.
Without this.
Pitäisikö yrittää mennä nyt
Here.
No, että tommonen ensimmäinen, kun tulee, käy vetäset sinne narusta, niin tulee
That's very self-explanatory as well, you know, it's a lovely interface.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
easy
simple to
figure
use.
out.
Yeah.
And now it doesn't really matter which hand
for
you
the
use.
look and
Okay.
You can use this and this and it will be the same.
Yeah. And are you going to play a little bit as well?
I can.
Yeah, of course. You know, I think there's not everybody in that situation. Yeah.
I was saying yesterday, it's been down in there, I can kind of hear like.
There's like different modes for the visualization that I can use in there's I can limit when you like it, I'll show you. So I can limit it so that the cells will only come in this direction. I can select cells that are there, but they are triggered here. So I can make this big things like this. So I can select.
Yeah.
But these are all selections as well. You can't
That should be fine.
That's something
That's the visual creation
Yeah.
actually are then.
so I can create this big cells. Or do it the other way. So that was the
article. Put it
this
up
is
on
horizontal. So I can select also stuff from the create stuff like that.
I like the way you put your hand a different way when you intend to create that. Maybe that's a signal.
Yeah.
Maybe that's, you were asking what about where you signal into each other. Maybe that's something. I want to do that.
Yeah. And then you know that if we want to go like
Then you just run down that way.
Yeah.
start doing like but now because it works anyway.
Yeah.
I can come along that
You can
okay.
join in,
Yeah.
look what she's doing, join it there or something.
Those are the
I'm just noticing the difference.
yeah.
Yeah.
That actually tells me from the computer how long your fingers are.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I need to turn
You
on.
measure your fingers.
Huh.
So I was gonna say you have about like almost an inch more finger than I do. So I have to get right on top of it. Yeah.
You have to take the gel out because it's otherwise you can't see.
Ah, yeah, of course.
You can't see where it's pointing.
Yeah.
Oh, which is crack.
Yes.
So
Can I have another plate
what
too?
Neil
Okay.
Neil's guys somewhere.
Lovely.
What's
Neil is
the
he's adjusting lights at the moment just to try to get more of an evenness on
Just
the
give me
Yeah.
5 minutes to.
yeah 5 minutes okay. Just
Okay.
a little play, maybe
Yeah.
like
Cat.
is it gone?
You turned it on.
Just flip the gel out.
How about
Come over and turn home.
No, do you want me to do it? Hey? Do you want me to do it?
Fun.
Two.
We got it wrong.
play and
Tuotamme käveltiin eilen. Tosta.
yeah.
Really enjoyed last night's class as well.
That was fun.
Summarize. Good crack.
She is good crack. Yeah. And I mean, it's great. She, like she said, she hasn't been dancing for years because she just got the whole scene.
No.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, they're kind of cleaning up.
Yeah, they are.
Taking up all the other space and between their own various programs and everything, it's sort of like,
Watch your fingers.
it's interesting. Oh yeah, mine's next to the.
Entä pugaamista tuo aiheutti, mutta
It's just happening in my house. Perfect.
ei siellä vaan kyllä mulla menee vähän eri lailla. Se ei kerkeä niinku, mulla nyt niitä animaatioaikoja, niin se räpsähtelee vähän.
Se lähtee
Esa.
Yeah, that's what it's
I have to go to the embassy to get my new passport.
Oh, okay.
Today's the last day that's
Jos se toimii, sit se
tomorrow I can
Ei sellaisen voi
Mä oon semmosia interpolaatio-ohjelmia tässä järjestelmässä.
Mä mietin tosiaan sitä, että kun noissa on aika iso volaero tuossa.
I think we should just do Irish dance today.
Aika lujaa, ja mitä halutaan.
And no, I'm not going to move my arms at all.
Siihen voi tehdä tähän samaan skaalaukseen, niin se ei jarru.
Mun mielestä kysymys on enemmän se, että kauan se kestää.
I'm liking that one.
Oh,
Ihan vaan se,
yeah.
sitten pitkään jauhat niin kuin
That's from a,
se tulee aika lujaa.
it's like heartbreaking or something, isn't it?
Yeah, they use it in a few dances, yeah.
Primary school, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
So we did our first dance.
Mun mielestä ei tarvitse rakentaa.
Yeah, no, me too, definitely a little bit.
Mun mielestä ei tarvitse. No, just about the time. What's your situation?
It's ready.
You have a mic.
I
Yes.
just had to
Work the
work
microphone.
the
Let's just import you an air and watch that
focus
now.
on the center of the screen again.
Well, see if you want to take it straight in, you just take it.
Yeah, over there.
Try something.
Yeah. Or
Take
this
it in
one
through the
as well.
Motsu or
Yeah.
do some other.
We could do kind of like about 20 minutes, half an hour or something, and then have break.
Well, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Yes, fine. Perfect.
I have the sub in there as well. That's in on aux 2. I'm not sure how well it's working.
It's in channels 1 and 2, I think it's enough. So
In channels 1 and
my
2.
favorite thing.
That was really nice dance you did.
Basically, it's the same material that's going through.
When you were holding it.
Okay.
3 and 4 also, it's just a delay.
Like this.
Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, 1 and 2 on this.
Like,
Okay.
It was like the thing
Okay.
from Naked Lunch. That little humping thing.
Can you play something with bass in it?
Teemu, soita jotain.
Nice.
Bass.
That seems to be working.
Yeah!
Bass. So if it's too much,
Now we're talking.
that's just on aux 2 there.
Okay, great.
We've got a subwoofer. Brace yourself.
Great.
Let's destroy everything now.
Can we play with the mic as well?
You can play with the mic if you like.
Play with the mic if you like. Play with the mic if you like.
Okay, so they have you turned up here.
The
It's too loud and
Yeah.
just
Okay. And yeah, there's some.
That's fine, thank you.
Are you familiar with these desk stuff?
yeah.
It's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So it has your kind of standard onboard effects such as reverb or
Yeah.
delays or whatever.
Okay.
Mulle se just se
Yeah.
bassokaiuttinen kohdalla.
And was it aux2 that the sub or aux1?
aux2.
aux2.
So aux2 is the only one that runs pre or post.
Okay.
It's kind of annoying on these desks where one and three only run pre-fader.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's nice to have the control.
Exactly. Oh, very good.
Okay, so you okay for a while then?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, Ivan. Thank you.
No problem.
I thought of you, I was like, I promise I won't. I promise I won't.
Cool. You could probably give most of your attention to Vera. If I need you, I'll give the attention.
Yeah, we should be finished the text pretty soon. Go for press rehearsal.
I can't think of anything else that we're going to really need now. Kind of like I said, what we're going to do.
Itse asiassa tälläkin voi tehdä.
I enjoy watching it.
Voi valita tällä tehdä.
Kyllä. Joo, koska sehän on.
Se on se sama. Mä saan näistäkin pitkiä. Sinne ei vaan olla muuta kuvassa, koska mulla on vielä.
Yeah, so there's going to be again.
my audio turned off for a while, will I? Will I leave my audio turned off for a while?
Yeah.
Or will I turn it on?
Well, as you wish. I mean, turn it on if you need, of course. Yeah, sure.
I'll just turn it on.
Yeah, turn it on. Turn it on. No problem.
I'll see. I'll just try and mess with it. See if I can get
Yeah.
Let me know if it's irritating or if it's too loud or you know, I'm gonna just cut it for a while. I'll try and turn it down a bit.
I can adjust it if I mean,
Yeah.
if it's too soft or too loud, then I can do something.
They asked for it. So.
You should put the microphone over this way. So
Oh.
all the way over there.
I'm gonna try and tweak the that kind of thing.
Like just in terms of crash. In terms of the good crash.
Okay.
No. It's very good. No problem.
Can you get it from the other side of that chair? Sweet. No, where's the best place for it? This side. What do you think? Just, it was just the idea that you can maybe play the two at the same time.
Yeah, just so long as it doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah, we could, couldn't we? Well, I was trying not to block your visuals. Disrupting the whole It's in the... Yeah.
Tekno reivi. Nyt pannaan reivi pystyyn.
Hiljattainen biisi vissiin toi. Jesus' blood.
I'm experiencing music on a cellular level. Your cells are my cells. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about putting it behind that all together. So just make it just for this maybe? Is that possible? Yeah. Can you turn it away? I feel like the Wizard of Oz.
You're the Wizard of Oz!
What are you doing this? Beating.
Who is there? I am the great Oz. Brilliant.
So we have a screen?
We'll do her.
So we have a screen?
Yes.
I'll be online.
Yes, it's our adaptation.
Yeah. I'll be the Tin Man. I'll be Oz. I'll be the
I'll head for pick up my new passport.
Bye.
Get home.
Bye. Good luck.
I'll be back later.
Okay. I'll be Twitter.
You'll be the scary puppy.
Of course. What else could I be? Right, what do we got?
Scary puppy.
Everything's turned on.
Oh.
Everything's going.
Have you made any changes besides the lights? Like have you?
I've just tried to remove the blind spots.
Great.
So I think it's a little bit better.
Okay.
Is that its baseline there, that flashing light, or is that Finn doing that? So the brightness of the baselines that they're always there, but they get brighter when you're working in them when you start to move it.
Baseline.
But just in terms of their stage time, it's no one shot.
Oh yeah, no, that's just
it's a working light or something. You can't see the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to see. Just do it by feel, right?
Yeah, very good. I feel the music.
You feel it, it moves you to do.
A strange vibration.
Ain't that funky music vibe?
Yeah.
I saw a
Whatever. Whatever.
Oh, little. You always know it's lunchtime because you start smelling the cooking from the places.
Not even sure if this works.
Ow!
I have to do a bit saving.
So he's changed it so we can make resolution.
No, it's not on.
It's not on.
Because I have to do some saving here.
Oh, sorry.
Just a moment.
Messing with your thing.
No
Messing with your
problem.
thing.
I was just waiting for the light.
Mhm.
Hey, there's the light.
Cool.
Very dry.
Yeah. Someone's sick.
Sulle ei tämmöstä hienoa, kato tämmöstä mäkiin valaistua näppäimistä.
Yeah.
Käytämme energiaa parempiin tarkoituksiin.
Puujalka vitsiin taitaa mennä siihen.
They're coming from two places.
Sorry, yeah, it's like upstairs the whole time. No one looking at the projector.
Yeah, this doesn't.
No, that's fine
That's
when you're
okay.
in front of
It's
us.
diffuse, yeah. Neil, do you have it set up as yesterday where it's really tracking the center or is it tracking the...
the big visual.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the center of the body.
Okay.
Tracking your navel.
So
The sound is tracking the width and height of your body.
Okay.
oh, that's our sound.
Yeah. That's the
Maybe we should turn off this...
Teemu,
Tässä mä olen.
hän testaa nyt tekee sitä mitä sen ikään kuin piti.
Ja. Kokeillaanko sitä rusahtaako, jos mä kokeilen sitä sekressiä?
There's loads of bass coming from over there. Like. And unless he's kind of pitching to your pitch, it could end up being really clashy. Which I'm not sure is happening. But of course, because you can change the sound quality, can't you?
Yeah, this is like it's an FM synth.
Okay. Okay, so you can just play away there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Technically.
Well, I've got some presets in which
Yeah, nice. Oh my.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Twilight Zone. What you're about to see, you may have not seen before, but only imagined and seen in your dreams. Jeez. broke it, yes! We're on the right track.
Why so
It's lovely. It's like Tom and Jerry.
Great. Love it when you're singing.
Täällä kun ei ole mittareita.
It's really, yeah. He was like,
Valorina näin, mä voin
when you were when I wanted to be a here, I didn't want to, I felt like, oh, there's so much going on already.
Yeah. Particularly with the Shabbat.
Yeah, or if I was in, I would just work with this. And then I challenged it. That's why I came to did a little contact. I was like, this is,
I liked it, I must say.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I liked, the two things I liked was being in contact with you.
Yeah.
And the resulting monster silhouette.
Yeah,
which I kind of dig.
Yeah, and that's what got me into the whole leg thing
Yeah.
of like turning my leg to yeah, that actually inspired that. So.
And I like the beginning with the click. I just enjoyed the music.
Niin kuunnellaanko tuleeko tää?
La vie put on,
Yeah.
Bill put on.
And
And it was a nice way of just, we kind of all slowly started to happen. It wasn't like this big.
Actually, another because listen where it's coming from because it seems that it's coming from everywhere. Let's just mute everything. Let's try that one first. We'll just. Siellä vaikka nakki.
It's also really good because you get an idea of years. I've done a lot of different places with
Toimiiko se vielä?
Yeah, okay. I used to have this like level of
jossain vaiheessa silloin, kun se kävi Helsingissä, se kävi kerran konsertti varmaan tosi. Mulla kaveri oli silloin kanssa jostain
You never know. Yeah.